Hello lovelies, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is the place where I watch basically whatever I want. And yes, welcome back 18. We are here for some deep dives into the SB19 lore. We are here today to watch 4 episodes, I think, of Casual Chuck's series about SB19. I think it's called SB19 Story or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the title of the series is, but we are here to watch this today. A lot of people have recommended this to me, like hundreds, if not thousands of comments. That's a little dramatic, but a lot of people have requested me to watch this, and I obviously would like to oblige and, give the people what they want, if I should say so. But I will remind you guys, like, I haven't done this much before because I'm not somebody who does this. I'm not somebody who usually watches fan content in any degree, basically. I don't watch compilations usually. I don't watch even... I get away with watching fan cams if I can do that, and the reason is because I don't want to take away anybody else's copyright, basically. It's so easy for reactors to take compilations and watch them and then make money off of them because there's no copyright there. So I'm not somebody who usually does that, but I decided to waive that today to watch this because not only, of course, have a lot of people recommended it, but also because I feel like it is necessary for me as somebody who is very new even to the Filipino world. I don't even know how to say it. So, like, if I just watch something on my own, I think it'll be the same as if I watch it on camera because I am very new to lingo, I'm sure I'm going to hear, and positions maybe. There's going to be a lot of things that I'm very new to, and I think doing it on a platform like this is very helpful because I'm going to get your guys' help as well. So yeah, if you guys wanted to know, I usually don't react to fan content, but I will be doing it today. But that being said, please check out the original creator. Please check out their original series on your own. If you haven't watched it yourself already, please go and watch it yourself to give them the ad. I don't think it even was monetized, but please give them the recognition anyway, and checking this out. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. We're going to be watching episodes 0 to 3 because there was an episode 0, but I'm going to be doing it in the playlist order, the way that it was uploaded. So I think it is 1, 2, 0, and then 3. If I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I'm super excited to check this out. I've seen some other reactors react to this, so I am excited to see what kind of stuff we're getting into, and I'm sure that this person is very talented if a lot of people like me to watch it. So yeah, I don't have much else to say. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey these last couple of weeks. It's been crazy, but I've really enjoyed it. So thank you guys so much. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. Let's go ahead and get into this and dive into episode 1 of SB19 Story. So yeah, without further ado, let's go. Alright, lovelies, we are here to finally get into this. Let's dive right on in and see what is in store for us. So yeah, like I said, we'll be watching 4 episodes. We are watching episode 1, which is called Soundbreak, episode 2, The Zone, episode 0, that's called Ghost, and then episode 3, it is called The Wave. And yeah, I think they are supposed to be like eras of SB19, and that's what we're going into. So like Soundbreak is the beginning, The Zone is getting into the Zone era, so I think at least that's sort of the breakup of these, but we will see. But yeah, like I said already, please go and support the original creator, Casual Chuck, and check out this video for yourself if you haven't already. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm excited to see what is going to happen here and get into some of their history, because I'm sure there's a lot going on there. A lot of you have already commented and let me know stuff already, but yeah, I'm super excited, so let's get right into this. Oh, and also, real quick, the sun is probably gonna get the sun down during this video. So if the lighting suddenly changes, then it's because the sun is literally going down right now. It is the afternoon. But Anyway, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let's go. Yes. Do it. Bam, bam, ba-da.
Disclaimer, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much accurate information as possible, so enjoy.
Alright. What song is this? Wait. Do I know this?
This is called Triple, a group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of. They were formed back in 1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented. In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history.
Whoa. That is a cool intro. Oh my goodness. This is already like really well made, like cinematically. I'm somebody who loves watching video essays, so I already knew that I would probably like this style quite a bit. But that was really dramatic. Wow. I feel like I know all of those guys though. I'm somebody who's very into K-pop, as you probably know if you've seen any of my other videos. So I think I already know them, but I'm not sure. Anyway.
The entire course of P-pop history.
Bam bam bam. Sound break. Damn, I'm invested.
Do you remember this song?
Whoa! Ah. Again, I feel like I've heard that, but I'm not sure.
It all started with this man, Jong Song-han. When he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur, Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans definitely thought that Song-han's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry. If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards.
I know these two guys, the guys who are in Cult 2. That's why I didn't recognize the first person, the guy who left, because I guess that was, yeah, like he said, he left before they became known. So I've seen both of these guys in many variety shows in Korea, like many. Like their faces are very recognizable if you watched any of them before, like Hello Counselor, like they just said on the screen there, and I think they've also been on God, I don't know, have they been on Running Man? I feel like I might have seen them. Anyway, continue.
Awards too, but this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called Show BT Entertainment.
Wow.
Yep, I'm talking about Tatang Robin. Tatang noticed how passionate Filipino fans were during the rise of K-pop, so he wanted to organize K-pop concerts and events that promote Korean and Filipino culture.
Okay.
To make that happen, he needed entertainers, a group of young people that would be part of the package of their service as an event organizer. We are talking about people who can do dancing, singing, and even act as servants like waiting tables and assisting guests. So he held an audition and hundreds of young talents applied. 30 of them passed as trainees. They were then called Nara, which in Korean means country and is the national tree of the Philippines.
Oh, cool.
They went to multiple events together, including the fan meeting event of the K-pop group called Off-Road.
Wow. This is old stuff. Wow. This is a very small group, but I've heard of them before. Wow, this is crazy. We're going into like very small details. I can tell there's been a lot. Like we're only 3 minutes into the first episode, but I can tell obviously there's been a lot of research done into this. So again, big ups. Oh my goodness. This sound.
After numerous events, Tatang Robin saw something special when it comes to Filipino talent. He realized that some of his trainees were far too talented to just end up as small-time performers. So he decided to launch the first P-pop boy group that underwent strict Korean-type training. Out of the 30 trainees, only few have made it.
Bam, bam.
Gian Paolo Nase. He always wanted to be a
This is the thing where I got it wrong. Some people were telling me that Jose is his brother, actually, and that might be where I got it from. But I thought his name was Jose. Again, sorry, everybody. Well,
Gian Paolo Nase. He always wanted to be a performer. As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. As a trainee, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst to provide for his family.
wow.
He was the first one selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities. He is known to have critically acclaimed songwriting ability, a badass rapper, and was often dubbed as a genius, but he consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker. This made him the destined leader of the group. He debuted with the name Sejun, but later changed his name to Pablo. Now that the methodical leader is chosen, they needed more members. Tatang Robin just got a genius composer in Pablo, so they needed someone who can dance, and this next guy is exactly that, and even more.
My guy right there. A lot of people say his call themselves Stellberries if they're fans of him. I do think he is my bias at this point. I've done a lot of soul searching, and I think that's where we come to. So Stell, it is. I have chosen him. He is the bias at this point. I'm probably. We'll see as soon as we go into more of them, but I don't know. I really like him. Anyway, I have seen so many of these, like, there's so many people like this who say that, oh no, I just work hard and that's the reason why I'm talented. Whenever somebody says that they're good, people, like the person will just be like, no, I know how to work hard and that's all I'm good at. And that's such BS, dude. That's such BS because, like, you can work hard for your entire life at something, but if you're not inherently skillful, there's some things that are just genetic, I think, personally. And music writing and writing in general, I think, is definitely something that just comes with the person, you know? At least I think so.
And this next guy is exactly that, and even more.
Woo! Stelvester?
Stelvester Ahero.
I love his
He was
name.
only 16 when he started competing as a dancer while studying.
That's crazy.
He was a born winner despite growing up as a bullied kid. He made performing his escape from the harsh reality of the world. He did a great job channeling the negative aspect of his life and converting it by winning multiple K-pop dance cover competitions with his group Saeon.
His
He
hair.
is also a hard worker. He was teaching dance to kids while competing. There was a point when he worked too hard that it threatened his life due to poor health. He is a very skilled choreographer. In fact, he's the main culprit behind most of SB19's snappy and amazingly synchronized dance routines. But little did they know that dancing wasn't even his only talent. He easily became the main heavenly voice of the group because his vocals were just...
Ooh, no. I love that song. I know. Oh, I love the editing here as well. What song is that? Is that a... I can't remember what song that is. It's a beautiful song anyway.
Out of this world. He debuted as Stell, the main vocalist, the lead dancer, and choreographer of the group.
Yes. Hi, Josh.
Josh Cullen
can't.
Santos became homeless at the age of 16 and it was his decision. He's had the worst childhood among the other members. From growing up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny. At an early age, he witnessed what it feels like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. He experienced getting evicted from apartments to smaller rooms. It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would get into fistfights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he took matters into his own.
I think people have commented and talked about this previously, and it does get to me. Like, I think it can, because I don't think, here comes my theory, and this might be a little bit out of nowhere, but I don't think that having traumatic things happen to you necessarily does make you a better person. Having traumatic things happen to you just makes you get traumatized. You know, that's really all that it is. But some people who go through hard things really do come out on top and, like, become much better due to it. But it doesn't necessarily happen. And that's why I usually, whenever I hear things like this, I'm not always just like, oh, okay, I feel, like, better about them as, like, skill-wise now. But, you know, with everything that I've seen of him, he definitely came out on top, I should say, you know?
Own hands by leaving. He became independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant. Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system and was able to finish his high school degree.
Yeah.
Clearly had no background in performing. Not until he met new friends from the dance community, which led to him meeting Stell and Seiya.
Aw, cute.
They became co-members and went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over Asia.
I need to watch some of them.
They even met BTS during one of their winning runs in
Whoa.
Korea. In a way,
Oh, this is early BTS. Wow. So this must be like 2015, is this? Goodness me. I'm not an ARMY anymore necessarily. I used to listen to them a lot, and I definitely do still have an appreciation for their music. But this is so cool. Whenever things tie together, and like, because like, again, I used to be an ARMY from like 2017 till 2020. I was a really big ARMY, and that was basically all I listened to. And now we've entered this new era where like people who came after them are now some of the people I listen to. You know, I feel like that doesn't make a lot of sense, but I hope it does make sense.
Josh was saved by Stell after trying so hard to save himself. And it paid off because after training, Josh ended up debuting as the lead rapper and dancer of the group.
Yeah. Justin! I
Justin
love
and
his
Josh
name
didn't have
too.
to audition. Apparently, he was a very good-looking guy that when he joined a talent workshop as a teenager, Show BT immediately took notice and offered him to become a trainee to improve
makes
his
sense.
singing and dancing skills. He was one of the late joiners, and when he did, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
You look familiar.
Apparently, the two had a stint in performing together in a K-pop dance cover group called Zero to Hero.
Whoa.
Hey, welcome to my world. Let's do this.
Oh my goodness, not Hard Carry too, got 7. This is just taking me back till I was like, how old was I when I got into K-pop? I was 14, I think. It's been many years. I'm almost 20 now, so this is like taking me back, you know? It's crazy, just like seeing people I love now doing things that I used to love. I was so into Hard Carry back in the day. I love that song. Pew! Okay, anyway. That's so cool that like their paths met again.
Cover group called Zero to Hero.
Hey, welcome to my world. Let's
Do this. Yeah, that's so cool.
So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised Pinoy boy band Superstar show, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions.
Wow.
Perhaps it was fate. He didn't have great singing skills at the time. It was only when he became a trainee that he improved astoundingly in the vocal department.
Wow,
He went
that's
on to
crazy.
finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which
Aw.
earned him a skill in filmmaking. He then got selected to debut as the main visual, the sub-vocalist, and the creative director of the group. He was the would-be director behind the record-breaking P-pop music video, What, and more. But the
I've seen him a lot in credits. Like it's always it's choreographed by Stell, directed by Justin, written by Pablo. It's like every single video that I've seen basically has always had them in the credits, and it's always so cool. That's one of the reasons why I've started loving them so much too, and why I love the groups I love currently, is that they're in some way self-produced, and that's also something that I love because I know that who I am watching right now is the one who is behind what I love to listen to, you know? I think that's a big thing for me, at least.
That's a story for another video. At this point, Show BT seemed to have completed the group. 4 members in a P-pop group, a nice even number. 2 rappers and 2 vocalists. They were perfectly balanced, but they felt like something was missing. Perhaps someone was missing.
Yes,
Someone
very
who could take
much.
this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level, the extraordinary level.
Bum, bum.
Someone so naturally gifted that he could stand out in the presence of the already talented group of young artists. This venture that Tatang Robin took needed an apex, so he started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy. Philip John Suson is such a specimen. He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him. He grew up in the church under the care of his grandparents. He was an artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him to play musical instruments. He taught himself by just listening to the music, so he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but he later fixed it as he learned more. He didn't even know that he could dance until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school intrams. After discovering dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly.
Yeah.
Because of his raw talent, he ended up teaching.
I remember one of the first things I said about Philippe when I watched Alab, when I watched Burning. I was like, damn, he did the backflip. That's crazy. And that was like one of the first things I said. And now I'm just like, I'm listening to what he's saying, and I'm like, no, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way that you're so good, and you just started, like, just recently. That's crazy.
Teaching dance to the entire school and continued on to form a K-pop dance cover group called Amigo 7.
Wow.
Apparently, his group gave Josh's group so much trouble during their early competitions because they were very good rivals. So he decided to recruit him.
Wow.
But Philip was
Small
hundreds
world.
of islands away and didn't have the money. What did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to lose, Philip went and left his previous life in the countryside.
Wow.
He then trained with the boys and officially debuted with them as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead rapper of the group.
That's so
One thing
cool.
to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful group in Korea.
Yeah.
Justin failed his first audition, so he didn't even bother to audition again because he thought he wasn't ready. And Josh wouldn't have attempted to recruit Ken if Show BT's training program didn't even exist. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
When a small and seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event, or as Google would put it, a phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have a large effects elsewhere.
Yeah.
Tatang Robin's
Small-
so-called mistake.
Small little things that just added up into something very great, you know? And so I think the butterfly effect usually like refers to like a hurricane, and that might not be the greatest comparison, but also in some ways, yes, it is, because they've been rippling through the industry and breaking down everything they go through, basically. But yeah, that is so crazy. I obviously didn't know that because nobody has specifically said anything about it to me. But wow, I'm trying to imagine a world where they're not 5 and it just doesn't make sense to me, you know? Wow.
Back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines area code digits.
I knew that.
82 and 63. So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19. SB doesn't only mean Show BT. It is all about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly
Sound
represented
break.
by this praise. Soundbreak.
I did not know that. That's so cool. Man. What a cool first episode. That was really well done. I couldn't have made it better if I even tried, you know? Like, I'm not somebody who's amazing at putting together stuff like this. I think that was everything, so I'm going to move on to the next episode right after this. But wow, what a cool first episode. That was really well made. Like, I already knew that it probably would be because a lot of people recommended it and a lot of people have watched it in the past, so I knew that there would be some merit behind it, if that makes sense. I don't know. But it was really incredibly cool to see that and get to know a little bit about their past. And again, what a throwback for me. The fact that, like, they were just thrown in, like, oh, they met BTS and also they performed GOT7 and about those freaking guys. Like, I know that there's going to be a lot of drama portraying to this man. And I don't know much about him, again, because I know the two other guys that he used to be with. So I'm really curious. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into episode 2. This was called The Zone. And I'm assuming this is going to be like the beginning, I'm assuming. So yeah, without further ado, let's go. Alright, lovelies, let's go ahead and get into the second episode. This is The Zone. And yeah, like I said, I think this will get into now their debut time, because I don't think Get in the Zone was their debut album. I think it was just a compilation thing. I think they just released Tilaluha, and then they just sort of compiled it later into an album. At least I think so. Sorry if I'm wrong. But yeah, let's get into this one and see what comes next. Let's go. Of course. Bam, 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 bam.
Disclaimer, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much accurate information as possible, so enjoy. Just a quick correction to episode 1. Josh didn't only recruit Ken, but also Justin. Josh told Justin about the workshop, which gave him the opportunity to become a Show BT trainee. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the video.
I don't think that was too big of a discrepancy. I don't know. I think I already got the craziness of it all without it, but thanks. Again, this is pure. This is good journalism. Journalism? Should I call it journalism? Yeah, it's good journalism.
Get in the zone.
Get in the zone.
Everyone has that one thing that makes them feel good about themselves. Like they're in control. Everything else could be going completely haywire.
Ano ba yan, Stel? Ano ba yung ayos mo na yan? Talagang style yan o ano?
Like the world is completely falling apart around you.
Minsan na makita ng tao kung gaano kami naghihirap.
But when you're doing that one thing, life is wonderful.
When I watch people perform in malls, that's how I know it's like this is like a breakout story. Because like nowadays, a lot of groups don't even do that. Like if I watch any group that is like small do it, I'm immediately like, wow, that's really cool. I just wanted to see real quick though, also, because of how little I watched of them, I have never heard any of them speak. Except for in the outro for their Wish Bus videos. That's the only time I've ever heard them speak. So this is crazy for me. I'm excited.
And that makes everything worth it.
Yes, of course. It hurts, but you love it. The Zone. Yeah, we're gonna go up. Sorry. I love that song. Wow.
몬테로 씨, 검사 결과가 나왔습니다.
임신인가요?
아니요, 임신은 아닙니다.
Then why do I feel weak lately?
Mrs. Montero, you are HIV positive.
Whoa? What is happening?
Addie Hong. She could have easily become a popular celebrity in the Philippines. Back in Korea, she was a well-established theater actress, a vocal, dance, and beauty coach, a one-woman show. But instead, she chose to use her experience to guide and nurture the boys to reach their highest potential. Along with Tatang Robin, she was also one of the main reasons why SB19 is where they are now. She is popularly known as Miss Hongganda, and we will see her often in this video. Before SB19's debut, they tried to establish an online presence. So on May 16, 2018, they created their Facebook page.
Wow.
This could possibly be the unofficial date they were formed. They
Look at those
started posting
pictures.
song covers like these.
Send me your location, let's focus on communicating, cause I just need the time and place to come through, yeah. I hope he buys you flowers, I hope he holds your hand.
Oh.
And dance covers
What?
like these.
Lean with it, down with it. Don't fuck now, stab with it.
Oh my goodness. I've seen some of the BTS stuff. Oh my goodness. I've seen some of the BTS stuff and I definitely do want to get into that. But that song brought me back. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness.
Don't fuck now, stab with it. Nay, then you stop.
I love
They
this
became more
song.
active in social media while maintaining their regular performances in small events. They did this until it was almost time for their debut.
Baba.
We have good news for you guys. Kasi after the very, very long wait, finally, yes, finally, we will be releasing our debut single entitled Tira Luha!
October 26, 2018. SB19
That's right.
finally debuted with their ballad single called Tila Luha. But did you know that it wasn't the only song that they had at the time? They also had Love Goes, but they chose to debut with Tila Luha to capture the
I think people have talked about it, and I remember when I did my Love Goes, not only just reacted to it in the first video, or not the first video, but when I listened to Get in the Zone, and that was included, and also in the extra video. A lot of people said that it was between this song and Love Goes, and it was one of the first songs that they sung together as a group, which is, again, crazy. And I love that song. I think it's very beautiful.
hearts of the Filipino people because the lyrics are in Tagalog. They then started promoting their debut song in every way they could think of. November 17, 2018 marked SB19's first ever live stream to promote their debut single.
Wow.
Magsimulan natin ang first SB Talent Camp Facebook Live.
Paso!
Wow. Baksu.
Oh, ganyan po.
3. Let's wait for 10 na lang. 10 viewers.
Despite the very few viewers, they went all out to entertain them.
여러분, 저는 너무 배고파요.
Not the Korean. Like if they would like talk cute in like Tagalog, I would be like, okay, this is fine. I can deal with it. But since I know Korean and English pretty well, that would be bad for me. Oh my goodness. What is he doing?
Wait.
How did I know before it happened?
Sa wakas, dumating na rin ang oras na akong pinakahihintay. Matagal-tagal na rin nagsalay. Sige lang, sabihan mo pa na para bang wala pang angabang nadarama. Bigay mo na machine gun, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Woo! The beats they made? Ew, ew. Oh, not the hammer. I still have like PTSD from those like squishy like hammer things. I don't know what to call them. I still have PTSD from watching like shows where those would be used and they would just like hit the idols and I'm like, what are you doing? Don't hit them. Why are you hitting them for entertainment? I don't know.
Among the SB19 is a chic member.
so sick.
Yep.
I can't.
They did all that in front of just a little over 10 viewers.
Wow.
You can still watch the whole live stream to this day on their official Facebook page. They also perform in schools, malls, nursing homes, and even orphanages. But their debut only received a lukewarm reception. The stream count didn't move as fast as they have hoped for. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. But their grind continued.
Continue the grind.
After the
Wow.
disappointing debut, they started preparing for a comeback.
Today, nandito kami sa recording studio. Nagre-record kami ng kanta namin. Ito mismo yung parang kwento ng SB19.
Yung lyrics mismo ng song namin is about...
Is it about my baby?
Parang nagsimula yung lahat. Ito po talaga yung kantang gugulat sa lahat.
They collaborated with a critically acclaimed Korean producer, Oh Won Lee, who's behind the success of TVX and
Yes.
Stray Kids.
I know him. Oh, is this the guy who also? Is this the same guy who collabed with them recently? I don't remember for sure. But I know this man. That makes so much sense. Everything's just tying into one package.
Oh Won Lee, who's behind the success of TVXQ and Stray Kids. Pablo, with the help of the boys, wrote the song as they began to enter the go-up era.
Yeah.
They started practicing their go-up dance routine, which was intricately choreographed by Stel and Ken. They were required to
Go
practice
up.
30 times daily until they reached 1,000 reps.
Wow.
And boy, they did it. They
That's
were
a
even
lot.
challenged to perform the dance routine at double speed.
A lot of people recommended this one as well, so I will definitely be checking that out sometime soon. But again, I have so much things that I don't even know where to put specific like videos because like I usually like to make videos with like a theme and then have a bunch of stuff included. So maybe I'll do like a dance practice video or something like that where I can watch this because a lot of people wanted me to watch it since I have shown a lot of love for Go Up. So I don't know. Ooh, the legs. Woo! That was really good
Yep,
though.
That was not even in fast forward. Now that they have reached the quota, it was time for them to shoot the music video.
So pretty. Woo!
July 19,
Ba, 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 ba.
2019.
Wow, this has been a
SB19
while.
dropped their Go Up music video. Expectations were higher because this was the song that showcased their singing, dancing, and songwriting skills. But for some reason, it has also met a lukewarm reception. They then started promoting the song using the methods they know. They even reacted to their own music video.
I need to watch their stuff like this too. They look so cute though, it's true.
But none of their efforts made a significant impact. After that, you would think that it was the biggest setback. But not until August 17, 2019. This was when the Go Up press conference happened. This was supposed to be an effort for them to establish a presence in the media world. They were interviewed by professional journalists, but instead of receiving a warm welcome, most of what they got was straight up disrespect.
Pero kanina pa ako bothered. Ano ba yan, Stel? Ano ba yung ayos mo yan? Talagang style yan.
Yeah, but what they mentioned earlier.
Stella.
Yung style ko po, yung name ko. Kasi po, clear ko po, yung name ko po, Stel. Kasi po galit po siya. Yung full name ko po is Stel Bester po. Ako, Stel Bester po.
Barako.
Opo, kasi po yung mama ko po, idol niya po si Sylvester Stallone. Kaya niya po, pinasa yung name.
That makes a lot of sense. I was wondering because I heard and I saw the name Sylvester and I was like, is it supposed to be like Sylvester? But I don't know.
Oo.
Tapos po, yung style ko naman po ngayon, actually po, hindi ko po alam eh. Kumbaga, kung ano na po yung naisip ko, ito yung suot ko, sige, ganito na alam yung buhok ko, parang ganito po, yun na lang po yung inaisip ko. Pero wala po.
So lahat kayo straight.
Opo. Pero, may gulot po. May gulot po. Ako lang, kung sakali mo po gulot talaga ako, wala naman po masama doon. Hindi ba siguro nila
linawin ko lang po yung Crystal. Kasi po, madalas po siya kasi mas matagal na po kami magkaibigan. Close din po kasi siya madalas sa mga babae. So siguro po, baka po akalain nyo medyo weird po yung kasi
make up siya ngayon, no? Parang bakla talaga.
Bale po,
Excuse me. I was thinking when they said straight, I was like, what do they mean? What do you mean exactly by that? I was thinking that in my head. Oh my god, I'm getting heated. I'm sweating right now. I wonder if you saw that on my face. That my face turned sour. Because if you don't know, I am a queer person. And so whenever I hear people say stuff like this, I always get a little heated because I don't get why he has to defend himself. Because when they said, you know, what is with that style? I was like, okay, maybe it's just about like the clothing he's wearing, that's fine. And then they started getting a little homophobic with it. And I was like, no thank you. Excuse me. Stop right there. Yeah, that is very not nice. I understand. Like, if it had been just like, he looks a little weird, like, that is just out of like, you know, I can understand why some people say that because that is just natural for humans to do, and especially if they are like unfamiliar with things, you know, like that is a natural reaction sometimes. But that is straight up out of like disrespect and like prejudice. That is really mean. I'm getting really heated. Sorry, I need to waft myself. This is a queer safe place, okay? No matter what the people who I watch, no matter who they are behind closed doors, does not matter. Because we're here for the music and we're here for the happy personalities. You know, that's all we're here for. Anyway, sorry, whatever.
Esther sa umaga, Esther sa gabi. Hindi, joke lang. Yun nga po, ganun lang po siguro, parang medyo meron lang po siyang ibang partners na girly, pero hindi po, wala pong ganun sa isa.
Na-clear na kanina about sa bading issue. Kasi sabi nyo kanina, may mga pa-holding hands at sa kayakap.
The gays issue. Yeah, that is so mean. I am not here to be like projecting myself onto any of these guys, by the way. I say that I'm a queer person. When I said I was a queer person, I mean that I am not somebody who will be mean in terms of just things that don't even necessarily negate or like relate to your gender or sexuality. Like how you dress does not make you one way. You know what I mean? Like, does dressing like this make me gay? No. Being who I am makes me gay. But that is so rude. I'm sorry. I'm getting so heated by this. I hope you guys can understand. Anyway, continue on.
Bothered by the fact that we sound like weird.
So what? So what?
Hindi kayo Pilipino, kundi ko iyan.
Hindi po kami nababother kasi po, sa totoo,
Kasi ako bothered ako.
Why would you be bothered? You can tell they're really like uncomfortable in this
Despite all the
situation.
judgment, they handled the interview professionally. As the event concluded, the boys broke down to tears backstage and comforted each other. Perhaps they're just human beings, and the thick skin they develop all throughout those years can only take so much punishment, especially when it went straight to their hearts. They all broke down. This made them question themselves if they were still doing the right thing. It casted so much doubt that it made them all decide to call it quits. Everyone left, except Stel. He received the most hate, but he was the one left standing. Perhaps he was a good example of someone who has entered the zone. Someone who managed to tap into the altered state of consciousness where time disappears.
Sorry, I'm literally getting emotional over this. Anytime something like this happens, where people who just do not understand, cannot accept people for who they are, whenever people are broken down because of those things, it genuinely makes me so upset. I just, so many people are lost to time, are lost to history because of backlash that is not even necessary. That doesn't even make sense to me. I'm happy they stayed together. I'm happy.
And he becomes so focused that not even judgment could stop him from doing what he loves. But he knew for a fact that he can never do it alone. And there he was, alone.
Aww.
But only for a moment.
Thank
Josh
God.
had a realization to not give up because people have not seen everything yet. This prompted the other members to return and witness their lives change in just one fateful day when their Go Up dance practice got uploaded on YouTube on September 2, 2019.
Yeah, baby.
It quickly went viral, which opened a lot of doors for SB19 to have
Wow,
TV guests.
4 million views on Twitter? I did not know that. I saw a lot of people say that they did like go viral on Twitter specifically. I didn't know it was 4 million viral. Yes, now I'm getting. They made this person, Chuck, made a great video here because I went through the motions. I got angry, and then I took a dip, and then we're going back slowly.
It quickly went viral, which opened a lot of doors for SB19 to have TV guestings and live performances.
May group hug? Okay. Sige. Diyan lang kayo.
Introduce yourself. Get in the zone. Break. Hi, we are SB19.
My name is Mike Spice Kita. I am the wittiest of ABS-CBN.
As the world started to notice them, their YouTube channel grew exponentially. Their dance practice
1
video
billion.
reached 1 million views in just a week,
Wow.
then 2 million a month later. Wait a minute, who's Arum?
Arum?
November 2, 2019.
So for the final announcement of the fandom name, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! 18!
We have arrived.
18! What is it? What's it mean? 18. What's it mean?
18.
Una-una sa lahat, pag pinakay mo siya, 18 siya, di ba?
Yeah.
18. So kasi kami, SB19, 18, 19.
Wow. It's falling over in excitement.
There's no 18, then also there's no SB19.
Yes. Kasi kumbaga,
I thought so. I didn't know necessarily what was behind the fandom name, so like, you know, it's nice to know now. But I was kind of assuming that it was sort of like that because 18, 19. Yeah, you know, we understand. At least I understand.
Siyempre, 18 muna bago natin. 17, 18, 19. Pag walang 18, hindi makakarating sa 19.
Yes.
Another meaning. So, if you're going to read this, 18, it could also be read as atin.
Atin,
So, all success, all the, lahat ng natatamo natin ngayon, atin to, ours.
That's sweet. I didn't know about the double meaning.
Atin. Everyone. Atin.
That's really nice.
Represent Filipino. Kumbaga, yung dreams natin, pangarap, problems, everything, we will share together. Atin yan. Lalaban tayo, kaya natin yan lahat. Lastly, gusto talaga namin special mention yung Orum sa lahat-lahat. Kasi sa totoo lang, talagang sila yung unang sumuporta sa amin nung hindi pa nila, wala pang nakakilala sa amin sa grupo namin. Kaya thankful kami. Kaya nakahiwalay yan, A, ibig sabihin yan, Orum. SB.
Oh, so there's 3 meanings to this? How did they do that? That is crazy. They must have been sitting on this one for a long time. They were just like, you know, that meme of that guy who's like writing until the paper starts burning. Like that was them in that moment. They were like, we gotta figure this one out.
Order and SB19. Sana po masaya po kayo sa lahat sa fandom name na nagawa po ng grupo namin. And katulad nga po, 18, atin, sama-sama tayong aangat. We will go up.
Woo! He's such a good speaker, man.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is when 18 was born.
Yeah.
So what does
I don't know exactly if they meant autumn as in like, oh god, now I can't remember what it means. Doesn't it mean like loves or like, something like that? I'm not exactly sure. Sorry, everybody.
mean to be in the zone? Was it really only Stell that entered it? If you think about it, even before the other members decided to quit, they were already done with the dance practice. That alone made the press conference irrelevant.
Yeah,
It didn't
true.
even matter that it happened. It turned out that actually all of them have always been in the zone. Being in
Yeah.
the zone is what allowed them to defy all the odds. It was the zone that allowed a 5-foot man in the NBA. It was the zone that allowed a man living in the streets to rise up and become a billionaire. It was the zone that took an idea from someone's head to the moon. It was the zone that won wars, and lack of it had lost. It is the zone that separates their ideas and dreams from a materialistic reality.
Aw, the masks.
Manny, Efren, Catriona, SB19. What do they have in common?
Wow. What a cool way to end that. Wow. Yes, we're gonna go into the wave after the episode 0. At least that's what I believe. Is that right? I think it was. But yeah, that was really, really good. I feel like I went through a real journey during this one. I feel like the first one was okay. I was like, okay, we're getting to know how the members came together. That makes sense as a first episode. You know, it's sort of like a, let's see what is happening. Let's see how they came to this point. But now we're already set. And this is where everything starts to happen. And again, I'm so mad about that. Anyway, I'm not going to speak about it anymore because I feel like I talked about it a lot during this one. But yeah, that was really, really cool still. Like, what an episode. That was really good. Again, I'm going to say after every episode, go and support the original creator because that was really good. But yeah, I think the next episode, it says in the playlist that the next episode is about the missing members. So we'll be getting into that. And I don't know if there is anything that I'll be confused by in this one, because somebody said that I maybe should leave it out, but I decided to keep it in because I feel like I don't want to just skip one of them. So I decided to keep it in, but we'll see if I get confused or anything during this one. But yeah, we're going to go into episode 0 and then episode 3, and that is the end for this video. But yeah, I'm going to take a quick pee break, and I'll be right back for the next one. So yeah, let's go. Alright, lovelies, let's go into our next episode. This is episode 0. Ghost. 3 missing members revealed. Now, I really don't know what this one's going to be about, frankly. I mean, I can tell by the title, of course, that it seems that there was going to be more people in this group that either didn't make it or left. I don't even know. I'm curious to see what this is going to be about. But yeah, like I said, some people didn't want me to watch this one because they thought it would be confusing, I think. But I decided to go on with it either way because, hey, I think it would be fun. So yeah, let's get into our next episode. Let's go. Cheers. Bum, 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 bum.
Disclaimer, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much accurate information as possible, so enjoy.
Yes.
Some people called me out because I credited the Go Up dance choreography to Stell and Ken. They wanted me to only credit Stell. Well, guess what? I was wrong. Because it was all of them who choreographed it.
Sino ba yung choreograph? Bakit? Ikaw ba nag-choreograph ng athlete namin?
Hindi. Siyempre, kakapolish ko sa inyo. Nakabisado ko na yung athletes nyo.
It was a team effort.
Yeah.
Not that we're past that.
Well, it's okay. Again, I really appreciate that they're including these like little fixes. I don't know what you call them again. What are they called again? Corrections. I love that they included this because, again, to some people it might not seem like a big deal, but I'm glad that they still did it, you know?
Let's get into the video.
Let's go!
This is the timeline that most of us know. A timeline that we managed to stitch together using the information we found on the web.
Yes.
The internet is a vast universe.
Ba-ba.
It is so big that there are still tons of information that are just hidden in plain sight. And some of them are just waiting to be discovered.
Ooh. So there were gonna be 7 instead of 5? At least at some point, maybe. I understand that. I think 7, because of BTS, like we mentioned previously, I think 7 was kind of the golden ratio in terms of groups for a little bit. And I think nowadays, group size doesn't matter. If you have a cool concept, if you have nice music, people will listen to you no matter what. But I feel like in the early days when K-pop was really taking like becoming big in places outside of Korea, when people wanted to replicate it, it was like easy to do the 7 because it's like not too little but not too many, you know. At least to a lot of people it seems that way. I've had people who are like 7 members. That's crazy. And I'm like, actually no, there's groups with many more than that, you know. Interesting. I'm intrigued. Let's go. Ghost. These intro titles are so cool too, by the way.
What if I told you that Pablo, Stel, Josh, and Justin almost debuted with 3 other guys in 2017? Would you believe me?
So it was supposed to be 7, but then at that time Ken wasn't in the group. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's crazy. Seeing somebody else sing the song is still crazy to me. What? Okay. Ooh. Wow, it's literally like ringing.
Did Still just belt
Even
the entire
higher?
bridge? Damn. Their group
Yeah, exactly.
surely
Me
sounded
too.
Promising. But what exactly happened to the 3 other guys?
Before we even became SB19 as a group po, actually si Stel na iwan siya. Si Stel and Justin actually. Kumbaga lahat kami nag-quit na. Bumalik lang kami dahil nga parang gusto namin.
So it was multiple times. Goodness.
Word quit has an
Stel always kept going, I guess, then. Wow, because it seems like they all were kind of like in and out multiple times because, again, they didn't know. Even before they debuted, but after even, they all like were like, is this going to work out for us? Is this the right path we're on? You know? Wow.
negative connotation, but we have to understand that there are a lot of things going on behind that decision.
Yeah, of course, it isn't a bad
example
thing.
is the lack of financial income because they didn't even have a salary to begin with.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that there are many other valid reasons.
Yeah.
Imagine doing the same thing over and over and over again for more than 2 years. I can only imagine their state of mind during those times. So let's address the elephant in the room. Who are these guys? And where in the world are they now?
I was gonna say that I understand why he said, like, some people might think it is a bad thing to say that somebody quit because, yes, in most places of the world, especially if it's a very individualistic society, quitting might seem like a personal wrongdoing, like you quit because you were not good enough, but that is not always the situation. Most of the time, like I would say 50, it's like 50-50. It's like either you quit because, yes, there was something wrong, and then the other half, it's like, yeah, but like they didn't, yeah, exactly, they couldn't afford it, or they just simply couldn't see themselves doing it anymore. Like, you know, it's like, it's understandable, at least to me. I'm curious. Oh wow, I didn't realize there were shirtless guys in there.
Do you recognize this guy? I'm not talking about shirtless Stell, you guys. I'm talking about this guy.
I
Rafa.
don't.
He was supposed to be the group's bass vocalist. After training with ShowBT, he moved on by running a K-pop reaction channel on YouTube. He also works as a freelance videographer and is now actively supporting his presidential candidate. He also made an appearance in the emotionally charged video greeting for SB19 in their Our Zone concert.
Oh
my God,
After a few test runs, they revamped the group to join the 2017 Pinoy K-pop star. This is when the prototype team was formed.
yeah.
For whatever reason, Rafa was replaced by this guy, Zeno.
The jeans. Get into it. Woo!
They did not win in the competition.
Wow.
After Zeno's stint with
That's crazy. Oh, I feel myself sweating. I'm just not like you might have like thought that I've been doing this for quite a while. I would be used to ab flashes. I'm still not really used to ab flashes at all, but that's just my personality, I think.
With ShowBT, he became a member of the OG roster of the K-pop cover group called Zero to Hero. And speaking of OG members, it just so happened that C13 of Vision was part of it as well.
Even more GOT7!
It's so mind-blowing how interconnected our idols' lives were, and I'm not even done yet. During my research, I stumbled upon this.
I understand why somebody said that this might be confusing, because again, I'm not used to, you know, Filipino idols. I don't know them that well, and there's been people who have been recommended to me who are also from the Philippines, so I don't know, we'll see, because I'm so, like, into them at this moment, we'll see what happens, but yeah, I understand why some people said that this might be confusing, but I'm just interested to see the process, you know, behind making a group. So I don't really mind.
This clip with C13 and Josh on the same stage. Just a fair warning, what you're about to see will slightly break your heart.
Ooh.
I also saw C13 getting tired of his clothes.
DNA! Hold on, I think my volume is up too high right now. The screaming is getting to me. I wonder why you said break your heart. I mean, I guess if you're a little delulu, maybe. I understand.
Nananahimik ako sa pagre-research tapos ito yung bubulaga. Anyway, when C13 left the country to work in the US, the remaining Zero to Hero members decided to debut as a P-pop group.
Pretty. So he went on for that. Interesting.
I'm sure most of you didn't know this, but their debut wasn't a success, so they were forced to back out. After the setback, Zeno got into modeling and also pursued his interest in freelance videography. In the present day, he lives his life privately with a little mix of dancing from time to time.
Ugh.
While all of these things are happening, our boy Ken has been wreaking havoc in the K-pop dance cover world with his group GA7.
EXO? Is that EXO? Sorry, my words are colliding. maybe this is not as interesting for you as it is for me, but it is interesting. That is EXO, is it not? Girls, 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 they love me. I think that is EXO. It might not be. I'm sorry, everybody. Is it Girls, Girls, Girls? Is that the title? I don't know. Woo! He loves doing his flips.
And Amigo 7.
Wow. He just keeps like flipping around. Ooh, not the cartwheels.
The next one we're gonna talk about is this guy, Kurt. Not gonna lie, I sometimes mistook him for Justin because they have a similar frame.
I thought
Even
so.
before his
The
training
hair?
days, he was already a member of Seon together with Stell and Josh.
Small world.
After training with Show BT, he moved on by teaching dance to students and continued performing with his K-pop cover group called Principium.
Cherry bomb? Oh my goodness. Wow, doing that on concrete?
Their YouTube channel. They still make some awesome K-pop dance covers to this day. Kurt presently works as an animator and a digital painter as well.
Oh. Cool. Was that everybody now? I wonder.
It wasn't only Pablo who stood there to watch the whole duration of PHP's rehearsal. There was also Stell, Josh, and Justin.
That's so
It's
soft.
because they were brothers. The last guy who almost became SB19 happens to be a member of PHP now.
Oh, okay.
And that is JP.
There's one person
this
left.
guy, along with Charles and Yukito, were Pablo's mentors because he was the youngest among their PHP dance cover group. They were instrumental in what Pablo has become. The boys also trained in Show BT together, only to see their closest brothers to not make it. This specific moment is very special because we just witnessed the full circle. From Pablo being the youngest to becoming the leader of SB19. From seeing his brothers struggle so hard to finally seeing their success.
Oh, that's really sweet. Hey! Thought I saw someone familiar there. Aww.
In our lives, there can be moments when you feel like it's easier to give up. Heck, some people in this video even gave up at one point, but they came right back with a different perspective. Their past didn't break them, it built them. Yukito was in fact the leader of Zero to Hero that failed in their debut, but that didn't stop him. He came back with a different game plan together with his brothers who also failed with him in the past, and look at where they are now. So if you're watching this video
I've heard of them
and you
before,
are going through tough
personally. I
times,
think.
change your perspective. Thank the person who broke up with you because it gave you the opportunity to meet someone better in your life. Thank your boss for firing you because it gave you the opportunity to explore entrepreneurship.
Oh my goodness.
Thank your haters because life would be boring without them. Don't be bitter. Be better. Always choose to be kind.
Yes, exactly.
If you don't do that, you'll just end up as a mere ghost in the past.
Wow. Full circle moment. That's really good. Wow, chills. Chills. Okay, we're not done. Yes. That is next. Ooh, that was a really good message at the end there. I mean, I don't really completely agree because I do understand why some people have like a little bit of hatred, especially if it's justified, like if you were actually wronged. But yes, 100%. Don't be bitter, be better. Strive to be better yourself instead of blaming others for why you can't be better. Cool message, me. Thank you for that brain of yours that is currently working. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, that was a cool episode. Even though I don't understand all the references and all the people and the groups and whatever, I am sure that, you know, it will be helpful in the future, perhaps. If they mention people, then I can be like, oh, they mentioned like somebody. I can understand like then who they were and like their history with them, because I think otherwise I would be kind of lost if I didn't have this. So that is nice. But yeah, we're now gonna go into our next and last episode. We're gonna go on to episode 3, The Wave, which we'll see what happens then. I'm assuming things are gonna start going bigger after this. We're collecting the water and we're just going bigger and bigger, maybe, potentially. So yeah, without further ado, let's go on to our last episode for this one, and then I'll see you next time with the last couple ones. I don't remember how many episodes this series has. I think it has 7 at the moment. So we'll watch the rest of them next time. So yeah, let's get into our last video for today, episode 3. Let's go. Alright, lovelies, let's go on to our last episode for today. This is episode 3, The Wave. In parentheses, very inspiring. I am excited to see what we're going to get into in this one. There's a lot of chapters in this video, so I wonder if it's just, I think it's just YouTube doing them automatically. But yeah, I'm excited to see what is going to be next. I'm assuming now, like I said, we're going to be going up higher. We're going to be rising a little bit more. We're like, we've started to rise and we're starting to go up slowly. So yeah, I just say without further ado, let's go into the last episode, and thank you guys for sticking through this if you are still here, because this is quite a long video. So yeah, thank you for being here. Let's get into the last episode for today. Let's go.
Would you believe me if I said that SB19 would be successful if I met them 3 years ago? You'd probably think I'm cheating because I'm talking from the present. And your past self would never believe me because I might have only seen them as a trying hard boy group who had to wear the same clothes over and over and over and over again because they couldn't afford a nice variety.
Yeah.
But what if despite all this, they already knew what's gonna happen?
Itong mga to, sigurado ako in the future, magiging successful kami.
They knew their destiny. Pablo's username reads, I'm Seasmite. A random fan asked, why? He answered, it also means seismic,
yes,
like Earth's vibrations. It's something big and important, so when I see...
So that's why the wave is mentioned. It's seismic, because like the vibrations are slow, like you might not notice them to begin with. They might be very slow at first and very small, but then slowly they go bigger and bigger and bigger until they cause an earthquake, and then they cause a tsunami. Wow, that's really cool. Really cool metaphors here.
The mic, I create this impact.
Yeah, seize
like
the mic. Seismic.
And when an earthquake
seismic.
happens,
Seismic.
You know what's next after that? Are you sure you don't know? Do you actually want me to spell it out to you? Okay, let me show you.
I haven't watched that. Oh, builds up. The wave. Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's Pablo. If you're new, you're probably wondering how he ended up there.
Yeah, we're going back and forward.
Get in the zone.
Finally, they were starting to go up.
Yes.
They were very young.
Go up.
This was the time when they were still trying to figure out their musical identity. Enter the Get in the Zone album.
Yeah.
Just check out the level of variety.
We've already listened to it. Please check it out if you would like to watch me watch and listen to it. I think some of the videos, some of the videos were blocked, so it will be on my Patreon for free. But if you'd like to check me out watching and listening to all these songs, then please do that because it was very fun.
Variety.
Ooh, the hair.
Yeah, we gonna go up. Ibibigay ko ang aking puso. At kahit ba
I still haven't figured out what my favorite songs are because I keep I listen to one and I'm like, this is my favorite, and I listen to another one and I'm like, this is my favorite, and this is not helping because I'm like, their music is so good.
ang mundo ay mag-iba. Huwag mong itunok ang iyong noo. Nariyan ang kaibigan mo.
Oh, it's a performance video for this song.
It was definitely.
I think it was the one that I didn't watch that had this in it. Thank God I didn't. I watched the day and night version. I think there was another one. That was where he was wearing that shit. Okay. Oh, they look so good though.
It was definitely a mix of everything. The bashers immediately saw this as a weakness. They were seen as a group who didn't know what they were doing. Despite all the hate, 18 didn't get affected as they started to get to know the boys on a deeper level. We got to know their fun side.
Si Ken naman po, nung na-meet ko to dati sa cover group, parang sabi ko, feeling ko mayabang to, parang ganun po, mayabang tumbling-tumbling ka pa dyan, tumbling-tumbling pa to.
Uy, that's mental step.
Parang lagi siyang may sariling mundo, hindi po siya belong sa amin.
Tinanong siya ng teacher namin, sa tingin mo sino pinakamagaling sumayaw? Ako! Sabi niya.
Wow.
Ako po, sinabi.
Then I understand. I haven't talked about it much because again, I've watched some things from the Philippines before in my life. Like I'm not 100% not like I'm not 0%. What was I gonna say? I'm not completely not. I'm not completely out of it. I've heard like Tagalog and stuff like that spoken before, but it's so satisfying to listen to. I don't know what. The way they speak is so like, I don't know. Because I feel like I am a person that is really bad at speaking, which is kind of weird to say because I do have this right now. But I hope you understand it. They're so nice to hear them speak. And I have barely heard them speak before, but I'm so excited by this. Tumbling.
Parang lagi siyang may sariling mundo, hindi po siya belong sa amin.
Tinanong siya ng teacher namin, sa tingin mo sino pinakamagaling sumayaw? Ako! Sabi niya.
Me. Ako po, sinabi ko po
Me.
talaga.
Ay, kung confident ka naman, bakit
Yes
hindi,
po,
di ba?
ang galing ko po talaga.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Justin po, una ko nakita to. Oh, pogi. Siguro mayabang to.
Si Justin naman po, nung una ko po siyang nakita, sabi ko, typical guy. Parang ganon. Sorry!
Si Justin po, pure, parang
Did they say Gemini judgmentalness? I love that transcends culture. That just everybody knows that Geminis are extremely judgmental. I think that is what it said, right?
Sorry!
Yeah. It did. Because I remember one of my friends was really into zodiac signs, and she always told me, Geminis, they're so judgmental. I'm not a Gemini, so I don't know, but that's really funny.
Si Justin po, parang pure, parang innocente. Pero nung nalaman ko, hindi po pala.
Oh my gosh!
Si
Oh my gosh.
Friendly po, siya po yung happy pill namin.
Di ko alam na siya pala yung main vocal po kasi akala ko magaling na talaga siya sumayaw.
Mm.
First impression ko po kay Josh, mabait po siya na may mayabang po nanda.
Tinatry niya lang maging maangas pero deep inside hindi talaga.
Softy.
Si Sejun, akala ko po hindi siya yung leader.
Ang weird niya po, nagsasalita mag-isa, parang bigla na lang.
Me too, though.
Sa isang tabi po, nakatayo siya sa gilid. Tapos may training kami, tapos biglang gaganon. Gaganon siya. Gaganon po siya sa gilid. Sabi ko, anong ginagawa naman?
I do that too, though. This is like my thing. I understand. You might understand it from me, though, because I literally film in front of a camera and I'm just by myself. So I hope it makes sense. But I also talk to myself and I also do like weird things. I listen to music and I'm like dancing by myself and I do like weird moves by myself. I understand it.
Nagre-ritual ba to sa gilid?
We also know their internal battles.
To all of our families, especially to our parents, and sa mama ko, sa kapatid ko. Thank you, kasi lagi niyo po sinusuporta. Kahit ugali sa buhay. Hindi ako sigurado kung ano yung pinapasok ko. Pero, nandiyan lang yung para sa akin.
Oh, that's nice.
Gusto ko mag-take sa apat na to.
I love that it's so like universal that whenever you're an artist and you're talking and you realize that you're getting a little bit emotional while you're talking, everybody just like starts like doing stuff with their hands and they're like they just sigh to themselves. It's like they're almost like annoyed by themselves for being emotional. And I was getting emotional a little bit too in the earlier part, and I always do that too. I noticed myself doing that too. It's like quite cute. Good choice. Very good choice. Yeah, the like throwing yourself around. Come on.
Lagi naniniwala sa akin, pag hindi ko na kaya, sila yung nagtulong sa akin na huwag kang susuko. Yan, si Sergio, si Justin, si Ken, si Josh, lahat ng showbiz dito. I love you so much.
Aww, that's so sweet.
Since na napasalamatan ako nila lahat, so ano po pasalamat si Sir Robin for building this.
The patting of the head. Yeah.
And just like that, SB19 got us into their zone. So back to the album. As unique as each of the songs was, all 7 of them managed to reach the #1 spot of Billboard's Lyric Fine Global chart. It's still insane thinking about it today. And they weren't done. They also appeared in Billboard's top Social 50, peaking at number 3.
Wow.
Or so they thought.
And aside from that, eto nagbabasa rin ako ng mga comments naman sa ating comment section. Kasi di ba yung last na pinost ninyo is number 3 kayo sa Billboard Social 50. Pero ngayon, number 2 na kayo, guys!
What?
At Billboard Social 50, may mga nagko-comment dito. And number 6 na kayo. Number 7, di ba, nung last niyo pinost. Number 6 na. Emerging artist, congratulations!
Wow. I love Stell in the corner. I see him like looking it up furiously on the side. Cause that's me too. Whenever I'm like shocked by something and I need to know something, I just immediately go like, let me look that up.
Couldn't believe it. Stell ended up forgetting that he was in a live interview because he had to check it himself.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yep, it's real.
Aww. That's so relatable.
A well-known artist canceled an Instagram live interview with MTV scheduled for the next day. So MTV host Kevin Kinney invited SB19 on a short notice to fill in.
Oh.
An opportunity knocked, they answered.
That is really cool.
Oh my god. Who wants to go first? For me, I like to collaborate with Mr. Bruno Mars.
2 weeks later,
makes sense.
Kevin made a bold prediction.
We ask a lot of people for interviews. A lot of people that you want us to interview, we take it very seriously and we reach out. Some people, you'd be amazed, don't have the time of day, can't find the time, can't do it. Oh, that's tough. Okay, no harm, no foul. Then there's the people that are like, name the time, name the place we're there. SB19 did that at 9 p.m.
Wow.
They've never done an Instagram Live before. They didn't know if they could be together. They made it a point to not only be together at 9 p.m. because they knew that was the only time that it worked for this US-based.
Right, because of the time zones.
That type of work ethic is going to take them very far in the music industry.
Mm.
I'm also very good at predicting music, okay? Right? I'm like the MTV push of hosts. Same way that MTV knows how to pick winners, I know how to pick winners. I said on this very after show, SB19 are going to be big stars. I said it on my IG Live. I've said it to you in private, Caitlin. I've said it to Banjo. He didn't say anything back. SB19 are gonna be big stars.
I was thinking to myself while I was listening to this, I was like, I can understand. But then I'm like, this was in 2020. 2020. 4 years ago. Back when, like, gosh, I didn't even have a channel when, like, this happened. And so I'm like, that is crazy. Because now they're huge. They're literally so huge.
They have charismatic, they're hardworking. Today's date is September 18th, 2020.
Wow.
When I'm saying this, okay? I want somebody to post this on September 18th, 2021, and you can see how right I am because of how much larger and more well-known SB19 will be a year from this date right here.
And when 2021 started, he reminded people about what's to come.
4 years into my career, I've seen some people come and go, and I've seen some journeys, and you can spot things, right? You can notice trends, you can notice similarities. SB19 right now, and the lock that 18 has on the voting, week in and week out, and seeing them rise up the Social 50 chart over at Billboard, it's very akin, it's very similar to what was going on with BTS 2017, 2018. Now, I hope SB19 can reach those heights. I'm rooting for them. Those guys are awesome guys and hard-working guys. I've interviewed them after, like, incredibly 10-hour plus work days of rehearsal and choreography practice, and they still put a smile on their face, and they're incredibly hardworking. I think that's really aside from the music being good, it's the work ethic that's going to take them to the top. So my prediction is they're going to break out in a huge way this year. So take that for what it's worth, 18.
Then what happened?
Cool. Exactly. Set up.
Kevin's prediction came true.
18 SB19. Congratulations.
This song was on the next level.
Ta-da.
It showcased Pablo's songwriting skills, Ken's
I
dance
love
moves and
this
unique sound.
song so much. I'm still so obsessed. Again, I've talked about it multiple times after the first video came out. I'm so upset that it got blocked because if you guys, I appreciate the song so much. I think what is really good.
Still's heavenly voice and choreography.
Yeah, in the like sand.
The most iconic rap verse in all of P-pop by Josh. And Justin's brilliant mind, which created a spectacle no one has ever seen in the country. It became the fastest P-pop music video to reach 1 million views in just 16 hours.
16 hours?
SB19 sent shockwaves that reminded people of what they are capable of.
Meron akong natanaw na ko ang ilang music video nga what na-encourage ko.
The world got inspired, so it responded with a giant wave of appreciation.
Gusto ko rin ipagmalaki yung SB19 talaga. Yung last video nila, yung what? Uy, maganda yun. Ang ganda ng video, di ba?
Ang gagaling, grabe. Grabe. I think doon mo rin naman makikita na hindi mo pwedeng pulaan ng isang tao na nag-prepare hanggang sa makakita siya ng opportunity para gamitin yung preparation na yun. Walang pinagkaiba yan kay Manny Pacquiao na nag-train sobrang galing, pagpasok niya ng ring, knockout yung kalaban. Walang difference.
Yeah.
Lalo ko na-appreciate ang isang artist na alam kong pwedeng magyabang pero hindi nagyayabang.
This was also the time when I found them.
Yeah, I understand that. I think based on what the guy said who he was like being interviewed, I believe that probably was like a boxing person that he specifically talked about. But I feel that way a lot of the time. I think that artists are very, very, very like, they're not appreciated enough, like musical artists, by what they do. Like a lot of people seem to like doubt the incredible time and effort that goes with being a musical artist. And that's the reason why I have my channel. I think to like inspire, you know, not only the people who potentially are watching me in this moment, hello, but also like notice the small things and notice the things that maybe some people don't notice notice while they're watching, because I think that so many things have so much hidden hard work behind it that we all need to see clearly. Even with the series, it's crazy how this was put together. I'm so impressed. Anyway, we're almost done with this episode, so let's watch it to the end here.
Their music made a difference in my life. It gave people happiness. Their music inspired us to become a better version of ourselves despite our imperfections. SB19 taught us not to only raise our own flag, but to wave it proudly.
What? What's that? Wow.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm sorry, Pinuno, but you gotta hang in there till the next episode, okay?
Bullshit.
I think that was all of it, right? Yeah. Wow, that was really a good end of what we have for today, at least. I know it's going to continue on till their newer eras, of course, and what happens in the future with them leaving the company and all of that. But that was a really good way to end today, I think, of being like, we got the good times, we got the hard times, we got, when they started really developing themselves, their music, and becoming bigger. That has sort of happened now, and then we get the sad times too, and it is very good to recognize the sad times, to appreciate how the bad times really are. It's very important. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Wow, this almost took me 2 hours to film, which is crazy. But I should have understood that it would take a while because, I'm a pauser, I'm an avid talker. I like to speak my mind so I understand why it took me this long. But I hope you enjoyed it and you sat through it and you liked it. And yeah, I'll be back in a little bit with part 2. I think I will be doing some other stuff in between because you guys wanted to watch some interviews as well. So I'll be doing that more in like the earlier times. I will be watching some stuff. But yeah, that was all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am now going to edit this video. I don't know if it's going to go up today necessarily because I have some other stuff I wanted to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. But until then, let's talk in the outro and say our final things. So yeah, let's go. All right, lovelies. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for sticking through with me. I know that was probably a long one, but you know what I usually do? I film long and then I make long videos. So, it's all my fault. But yeah, thank you for sticking through with me on this one. It was a lot of fun to watch. I think it was a little bit of like pre-existing knowledge from you guys. Again, thank you for all the comments. It's very sweet. But it was a little bit of like a mix between pre-existing knowledge and the new stuff. Obviously, I didn't know about all the intricacies of like them leaving and getting back together and then leaving again. And all that stuff like that. Of course, I didn't know. And also about the previous members and stuff like that. That was quite new to me, but some of the stuff you guys have already let me know about. But yeah, that was very interesting. I really enjoyed the style of the video. Like I said, I'm a video essay enjoyer. I love watching like long videos about things that other people are really invested in. I love that sort of stuff. So like to see this sort of like a lot of care and a lot of effort put into these videos, it does make me very happy. So yeah, again, please check out Casual Chuck if you haven't already. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably have watched it before, or people watched it before. Like reactors watched it before. I hope you have watched that because I think he needs all the credit. And I'm just somebody here who sits in my bedroom and watches stuff. So please check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, that was all I have for today. I still have a couple things I want to do. I think Tony Talks, is that one of the interview channels. There was one of those that was recommended to me that I want to get to. I also have their promotional music, like for Duncan, Acer. I've talked about it before. I will be getting to that soon as well. And I think those will have to be split up because there's quite a lot of music that they've done, like promotional. And I thought there was a lot less than there was, but then you guys left comments and I was like, oh shit, there's a lot more than I thought there was. So I'll definitely be splitting them up into multiple sessions of videos, I should say. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat something and enjoy the rest of my evening, and I will see you guys in the next video, whatever that is. But thank you for sticking through this, and I hope you are happy that I'm finally watching a little bit more about them as people, because it's just been music till this point. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and joining my little family here on YouTube. And if you like this video, you can like it. And if you have anything to request from SB19 or any other artist, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.